Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, welcome back with me here with Raihan Ramadan Abidin as a Chief of Class 2D English Education Department 2020. And we from the group 6, me, Raihan, Rafki and Ulya will talk about the expository paragraph. In this occasion, we will explain to you all what the expository paragraph is. Alright, I think Ulya and Rafki has explained the definition, but I want to explain for a second time. If you are asking me what the expository paragraph is, based on the book that I have read from Mr. Shafi'i, the title is The Process of Writing for a Classroom Setting. Here written here that the meaning of expository means to give explanation, to explain, to give an information, or to tell people why do we do something, or also to clarify the process of something, and to define a concept, the concept of job or chores. Let me give you an example, a simple example. Everyone in this world has a job or chores, and absolutely they do this job because they are asked to do that, or maybe they love to do his job maybe. And so what must we do with this writing? So what the first thing that you have to do? The first is, before we begin our writing, we have to think first why we do this job or chores. And the second is, after that, we can begin our writing and explain the main idea or the keyword here to explain. And then we explain why do we do our jobs, why do we do this something, why we like this something. And yeah, the main thing is to explain our job or chores. The first is to think first, what is our job, why do we do this job, and the second, explain why do we this job. Maybe you love to do that, or maybe you don't love to do that. That's up to you. It depends on you. If you have to write, it depends on you. It depends on yourself. And the second, that's the definition of expository paragraph. And in this expository paragraph, just like I told you before, to explain something, we can explain some informations, or explain the subject, or maybe to tell somebody how do we do something. Like that's in expository paragraph. But in the expository writing, linking words to another words such as first, finally, second, later, and another else, it will make our idea clear and help the readers to follow our main ideas. And written here also that the expository paragraph are composed of three types or three kinds of details. And start from the first is the topic. The topic sentence must raise or arouses the interest. The topic must make the readers feel that this writing is very good or very interesting. That's what I mean. And the second is details. The details that's arranged in such way. If you have a detail in your writing, it makes the procedure of your writing and also the readers feel easy to understand. It will make your writing clear than before. And the third, as the conclusion, is the concluding sentence. Why do we must write a concluding sentence in expository paragraph? Because in concluding sentence, it must be combined, or the main point or the main idea from the first till the end must be combined, or must be tied. It must be tied things together. All of the main idea in your writing, start from the first paragraph till the end, must be combined. Start from the first till the end. You get it? Okay. And you know what? If I might say, according to this book, that written here, this expository paragraph is the most needed in our writing. After we or you finish the school, the expository paragraph is the mostly used in our writing. Such as you will find all of the expository paragraph in your reading, such as newspaper, maybe story, poem, poetry, or maybe magazines and essays, literature, novel, books. All of this have an expository paragraph in it. Get it? And I think Rafki and Ulya have explained this, but I will just mention for the second time that the expository paragraph has three types, or the three most important types or kinds that must be learned in order to understand the expository paragraph. Is the first is logical order. The logical order, because the logical order follow us to think or to think logically how to write the sentence. The second is one topic. One topic means in one paragraph must be have the same topic. Don't get out from this topic. Don't go to another topic. Just stay in this topic. It means one topic, same topic. And the second is, and the third is logical order. The third is unity. Unity mean you have to unite between word and word, and then sentence by sentence. And then all of this you combine them, become a one unity in one paragraph. You get it? Okay, that's the types or three most important types that we have to learn in expository paragraph: logical order, one topic, and then unity. Alright guys, our next topic is talking about transition device within and between paragraph. If you ask me, why do we must transitions in our expository paragraph? Yeah, that's most important. That's very important, because transitions are used to link a word to another word, or maybe to link another word to another word and become a sentence, or absolutely within a paragraph. And also transitions are used to link a paragraph of progression and organization. And why we must connect or make a transition word between paragraph and paragraph, or between word and word, between sentence and sentence? Because the reader will more understand you. The reader will be easily to understand what you have written. They will get your main idea. Your transition will flow. Your transition in writing will flow and guide the readers to understand your idea to another idea to another idea, and then and so on. As we know that most of the students in the school use the transition words. Some of them use at the beginning of the sentence, and also some of them use it in the middle of the sentence. Maybe first, second, later, and another else. If you want to know, there are many transitional words or connecting words in the writing. Absolutely, each transitional word or each connecting word has an own benefit. For example, there is a transitional word that we use to indicate the time. To indicate the time means show the time. Maybe later, next, or there are much here. When, to begin, or after that, before that, or meanwhile, or after this, later, finally, or moreover, all of this is used to indicate the time order or to show the time. That's the function, that's the benefit of all of these words. And also there are many words also to indicate the description. I mean to explain the description. Means this sentence has an description in it, such as above, across from, also beyond, or I give you an example. Please read the comment below. Please understand the story above. All of this is used to indicate the descriptions. Above, below means above of this word. There is another description. And the third is to indicate the similar idea. We can use word similarly, or maybe and, in addition, another, also, then, again, means similar ideas from between the transitional words that has benefit to similar idea. Mean before this transitional word, the idea is same after the transitional word. Ideas, transitional words, and another ideas. These two ideas is same, similar. You get it? And also to contrast two ideas. If we say before to similar ideas, it means same, similar. And now to contrast two ideas means to contrast the idea, not same. Example: contrary, on the contrary, on the contrary, on the contrary, or however, or maybe in the other hand. Example: my mom love to cook. On the contrary, my father doesn't love to do that. That means to contrast the idea. And the fourth is to point up an example. Means to point up an example or to show an example. We can say the word for an example, or for example, or for instance, to be specific, or namely, and another word here. And also to point up, and then now to point out a conclusion. To point out a conclusion. Basically, these words are used in the conclusion or in the closing of the sentence, such as thus, or therefore, thus, therefore, we have to blah 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 blah. Therefore, we have to blah 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 blah. That's right. Yeah. Then, actually, there are 5 transitional words with each transitional word has an on benefit to indicate the time order, to indicate the description, to show the similar ideas, and also to contrast the ideas, to point out an example, and the last to point out conclusions. I'm sorry, 6 to point out a conclusions. That is. Alright, the last topic is talking about writing tips. I will give you some tips to make our expository paragraph will be more understand for our readers. How to polish our writing to become a formal language, and also analytic expository essay. Alright, there are a lot of tips here, especially actually, but I will give you the main points or the main idea that you should know, just like what I know. Okay, you have to know what I know here. Okay, the first tips that we have to do is avoid the first person and avoid the second person. The first person such as I, me, we, my, that's the first person. And avoid the second person such as you or your. You got it? And the second is avoid constructions. Avoid the constructions such as isn't it, doesn't it, don't, yeah, etc. And the second and the third is we have to use formal language or formal diction. I hope you to don't use colloquialisms and also slang. Never use colloquialism and slang in your writing, especially formal writing, such as writing to your lecturer or teacher. You have to write with a formal language, not a non-formal language. You get it? And the second and the fourth is avoid verb tense shift. Means use present tense for fiction, for a fiction story, and use past tense for non-fiction story. You got it? We have to use present tense for fiction and past tense for non-fiction. And next is use the active voice and action verbs. Use the active voice and the action verb. Never use passive voice because it will make your reader doesn't understand what you have written. Basically, you have to write with active voice and action verb. Never use passive voice in your expository paragraph. And the next is avoid vague pronouns. Also avoid vague words. Vague means vague, V-A-G-U-E means doesn't clear, not clear. Avoid pronouns that is not clear. Avoid the word that is not clear. And also next is properly properly identify your literature as a short story. Identify your writing or expository paragraph or your literature as a short story. And then after that you have to punctuate the titles. The titles at the top, at the first, you have to give a quotation mark there. Quotation mark or punctuations. You have to do that. Punctuate your titles. And before the last is mention the title. This is the most important. Mention the title and also the author in your thesis statement. If you got some references and you have to write it in your writing, you have to write the title and also the author of the references. The author of the book. You have to write it in your thesis statement. And that's before the last. And the last is spell out numbers less than 100. If you have 100 spell out numbers, never add it anymore. Okay? It means spell out numbers less than 100. Yeah, that's it. But I think the most important is in expository paragraph, you have to make your readers understand your main idea from this idea to another idea. Yeah, I have explained to you before this. And I think in this expository paragraph, we also have to memorize also the transitional words or the connecting words. There are 6 types. The relationship of connecting word. I have told you before this. And I think enough. I hope you understand with what I have explained here. Hope this lesson will make you easier to understand our method, especially in paragraph writing method with Mr. Shafi'i. I hope that. And also, I'm sorry if I make some mistake here. Maybe you don't understand what I say. Yeah, we still learn together. We still study together. Sorry. I apologize if I make mistake in this video. And Hope that we can meet in another opportunity, right? Hope that we can meet in another opportunity. Alright, I close this video. See you next time. Enjoy your day. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you.